Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear this Friday morning, a wrap up a great week and got a good weekend shaping up. Let's get started with our weather, brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin Road and Highway 77. It's going to be hot again today at a 91, a low of 74, and the water temperature remains right around 85 degrees. So it's looking good there. 30% chance of rain, that'll come in. They came in the other night. A little rain cloud came in. I was looking at a blue sky. The next thing I knew, here comes a rain cloud right across the water, just a heavy rain. So be aware that can happen. And of course, it's Friday night, and Friday night football in the Panhandle is always exciting. Way back when I was a kid, I remember going to ball games in small towns, and then I remember playing ball, and then having kids and nephews and all playing football. So I'm always, and I've coached it a long time. So I don't coach anymore, but I just enjoy high school football. Tonight, now, I'll be up in Gracefield. Any of you folks watch Panhandle Outdoors? I'll be probably on the Bluntstown sideline, but if I walk around, I have my old cap on, and y'all come speak to them, be glad to talk to you. I might let you buy me a bag of peanuts or something. All right, now let's look at our river readings. The river readings, the Big River is getting right, folks. I'm telling you, the Big River is reading a 6.6 right now. It's looking good. I can promise you, it's going to be a great weekend on the Apalachicola River. The Choctawhatchee will be, we can say the same thing for the Choctawhatchee. There are going to be some folks catching some messes of brim and shell cracker, I can promise you. Choctawhatchee River, Caryville reading 6.6 right now, okay? Now, we'll get into our tide chart, and I use that phrase to quote, the river's getting right, and that's what the old-timer used to say, and I just will pass it on down. Now, today is September the 13th, and on Friday, this tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. Their motto is when caring counts. Good folks over there, so give them a call in a time of need. Look at today's 13th right there. Strong tides. We're looking at 2-foot tides. We had a high tide this morning at 350, and the low tide is going to be the middle of the afternoon. See that dip right there on the 13th? Middle of the afternoon about 3:13. And looking at tomorrow's tides, almost a replica of today. The low tide will be a little bit about an hour earlier, but it's going to be a good incoming tide in the morning, good high tide around lunch, and then you got a fast falling tide, so it's going to be some. Now, I wouldn't late tomorrow afternoon by 5 or 6. I won't be fishing, or today, but early in the morning, and then right around noon, where you got that big strong drop, there's going to be some good fishing. So it's going to be a great weekend in outdoors. Okay, now on Friday, I always like to do, because we have our Friday fishing forecast, I'm going to do our times for today, our fishing game times brought to us by Mark Cowart of Edgewater Beach Realty. And I'll give Mark a call for any real estate needs between Carabel and Destin. Looking at our time this morning, we're looking at 7:19 to 9:19. And then tonight, from 7:48 to 9:48, if you're going to do any kind of catfishing in the fresh water, if you're going to do any kind of floundering, that's going to be some good times. You can still get home in time and get a good night's sleep and get ready to get up and go fishing tomorrow also. So that takes care of our weather for the outdoors for today and tomorrow. So let's take our first break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Glad you're with us on this Friday morning. I always just get excited on Friday, I guess you can tell. But let's first get started with some pictures that are sent to us, and I might pick off Facebook or whatever, but there's some great. I only have 4 this morning, but there's 4 good quality pictures, and I'm going to start with this one by Tom Gurley. Tom, former Fox 28 employee, but he's a great photographer. We're always talking about sunset pictures. How about a sunset picture through the sea oats at the beach? This is a unique perspective. He waited till the sun got right there at the sand dune. Just a great picture. And I've tried to get Tom to come on the show and talk about some of his outdoor photography techniques, but that's just a great part of the outdoors, just taking a camera with you. Good job there, Tom. Now this next picture, this is a little invention. This is Brian Richardson. He posted this on Panama City Fishing. And by the way, Panama City Fishing is a good site of Facebook to go see some great pictures. The local guy just send pictures in to Panama City Fishing, so check it out. But this is, when you're surf fishing, it's hard. It's hard. You need 3 hands, okay, or to handle everything. And he made this little rig here out of PVC, put it around a float, and so he can put his rod in that rod holder. So what it basically made a rod holder there, and that's a good job. You know, just experimenting in your own style of fishing and come up with stuff. That's what's creative, and that's a good job there, Brian Richardson. Next picture, this is unique. This is right up here in College Point now. This is not way out west or anything. This is Pam Peterson Kelly over at a neighbor's house. This grasshopper had a voracious appetite. She said it just eating up on a lily and all, and she's a good photographer. I've seen her pictures before. Got it well focused and all, and nature is just beautiful. Look at the coloration on that. I appreciate that kind of stuff. I hope y'all do. Sometimes I put these pictures on, and I hope y'all have the same appreciation of God's handiwork that a lot of us do. And this final picture here is sent to us out of Mexico Beach. This is Mitch Coleman sent this picture. One of his clients is Chris Wilson up out of Atlanta, Georgia, catching a nice king mackerel. And I've had some good reports this week of the king mackerel coming back, so I can promise you there are going to be some nice king mackerel caught this weekend. Everything looks good for that. Let's plug in some dates that are coming up that are important to all of us in outdoors. And it's sort of a conglomeration of stuff coming on. You know, September, middle September and October, that's prime time. You know, as outdoorsmen, we sort of suffer through August, but not with the heat and the rain and all kinds of stuff going on. August is a tough month. It's behind us now, and we're getting into some prime outdoor activities. And I always like to start off good on September 21st now, is a coastal cleanup. That's across the world, not just the United States, a worldwide coastal cleanup. And we participate here in Panama City and here at San Andreas State Park over at Camp Helen. They're going to have some big activities there. It's going to be interesting to go out and see. I always encourage some of my students to go out and participate, and encourage you. You just go out there for an hour or two, just pick up some stuff along the coastline. You know, there shouldn't be any such thing as a coastal cleanup, because everyone should just keep cleaning everything. But anyway, we do have it, and we participated before, and it's amazing. It's just a great sense of satisfaction in helping take care of our environment, okay? Also, mark on your calendar, and I mentioned this yesterday, the Elizabeth Bardolph Memorial Redfish Tournament. That's going to be October 12th. It's a one-day tournament. It's sort of a laid-back tournament, and I want to encourage so many of y'all. We're going to try to set a record this year, getting a lot of participants. Matter of fact, Scott Lindsay and I are good friends and all, but Scott has this misconception that he's a better fisherman than me. So we've been talking back and forth, and we may get a little challenge going on and see who can catch the biggest redfish that Saturday morning. Now, I'm not going to take advantage of Scott or anything, you know, but we're going to talk about it. If I can get him to muster up and come about, get him to enter the tournament, then I'm gonna fish it, and I'm gonna catch a big redfish. Now, Scott's he might deal it out around, but I'm gonna give him an opportunity. Now, you understand, he's gonna be in the newspaper, so he's gonna be writing all kind of falsehoods against me. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the record straight that I'm gonna catch a bigger redfish than Scott Lindsay. So I'm gonna see if he's probably watching this morning. So my phone will be ringing when the show gets off the air. But anyway, we may do that. So it's gonna be a great time, a great fundraiser for a worthy cause. So I want to encourage you to enter. All local folks will be entering. Also, we got duck season coming up the last weekend of September, archery season coming up in October, and just all kinds. Then we got the big flathead catfish tournament coming up, and in the last weekend of this of September. And I'll have some guests on Monday talking about the big flathead catfish tournament. So all kinds of things coming up in outdoors. All right, let's go ahead and take our next break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Let's get started. Take a quick look at this boat I had on earlier. I want you to look at it again, because I just think this is a really good buy on a bass boat. Some of y'all might be looking for one. This boat, Edsel Swearingen has this boat. It's in his backyard here. He had a nice boat. This is a 15.5-foot Ranger bass boat, a 90 four-stroke, 90 horsepower four-stroke. It's a 06 Honda, high-tech marine aluminum trailer, 2011 Minn Kota Riptide. That's a good motor right there. For $10,500. If you price these new boats, folks, you'll appreciate that. That's why I'm showing this again. Ed's number is 785-4932. 785-4932. So give Ed a call. Run. He lives over in Pretty Bayou, right here in town. Now let's get ready to do our Tarpon Dock Seafood. Our famous Friday fishing forecast is coming up. But first, let's do our drawing. And here's our big pickle jar here, all kind of draw. First one we pull out now always be the $20 gift certificate and run by and try to get it sometime this week. A lot of people try to get it today so they can cook it for the weekend. And I know Gloria Turner got a big old red snapper last week and had company coming in. So that was good timing on her part. Okay, the winner of this morning, Ralph Turner. Ralph Turner, you won a $20 gift certificate. Okay, and now the big red snapper, and you can cook it all kinds of different ways. And I like it cooked. All right, and that's going to be Tim Craig out of Lynn Haven. Tim Craig, he won the red snapper. Ralph Turner won a $20 gift certificate, okay? Now I'm gonna set up this video. I don't usually have video on Friday, but it's a little 3-minute video over here in our western part of our viewing area over in Walton County at Santa Rosa Beach. This is one of our captains. I'm gonna start doing a segment called Captain's Corner where I maybe can interview some of these captains and get some information from them, and I show it occasionally. If you wanna be on Captain's Corner, you're a captain out there, give me a call. I'll try to run by or have you come on the show for a segment. I think that's important that captains can pass on their knowledge of fishing to our viewers and all. And so we're over in a western viewing area, and this is Captain Troy Forbes. And at the end of the video, he's not just a captain, he's an artist. And you're going to see some great pictures he's painted. So let's go ahead and roll this video with Captain Troy Forbes. Look, right over on our western side of our viewing area, we're in Santa Rosa Beach. I ran into Troy Forbes, 38 Guide Service. Troy, how you doing?
Doing good, Coach.
Well, listen, you watch the show?
Watch it just about every morning.
Well, that's
Tape
great.
it if we don't.
That's great to have that. And I know your son, Hunter, the last couple of years started sending us some really good pictures of you off Choctahatchee Bay and all. He's up at Auburn now. And so, but you say you have a guide service over here.
We do. We started this summer running trips and met a lot of cool people and had a lot of fun fishing trips.
And the name of it is
38 Guide Service.
38 Guide Service. So you fish Choctahatchee Bay a lot?
Mainly Choctahatchee Bay. We'll go over to West Bay a little bit, but for the eastern part of 38, some people staying in Rosemary or down that way, we'll just go to West Bay. It's a little closer for them.
Well, that's great. Now listen, this summer, you know, it's been a rainy summer. It's been a tough summer, I know, down in Apalachicola Bay and St. Joe Bay. Tell us how it's been on Choctahatchee Bay this summer.
Well, it's been the same. We've been lucky to have mild temperatures, but
yeah,
all the rain that came with it, it made the fishing tough. But we had some quality fish. We had a period there during June and into July where we caught some real nice size fish, some good over the slot limit size trout.
So what's your target species?
Trout, redfish, the bay fish.
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
You'll get the flounder, occasional flounder. You kind of got to almost target the flounder, but mainly trout and redfish.
Do you artificial live bait or?
Live bait.
Yeah.
A lot of the people we take are really are even first-time anglers or from out of the area. So the live bait and the pop and cork, that seems easy we take a lot of kids too.
And that works a lot in Choctahatchee Bay. That's good.
It does. Yeah, we'll take the cast net and throw and get a live well full of bait and then just live bait, chum, and.
Very good. Now tell folks if they want to get a hold of you and go, what's your phone number? How can they get a hold of you?
Well, we have a Facebook page and a website. It's 38 Guide Service, and then our number is 850-699-1695.
Well, that's great, and enjoyed talking fishing with you.
Thank you, Coach.
Good luck with your guide service. I appreciate you watching.
We'll be watching.
I appreciate you watching Panhandle Outdoors.
No problem.
All right. All right, folks, welcome back to our famous Friday fishing forecast. We're going to get started here now. I just got off the phone with Millard Collins from Sea Quarters Marina. And interesting enough, I want to get them on the air because I want to start doing some of my Friday fishing reports to have the captains or folks, the marina folks talking on the air while I'm showing the map and all. Well, he said not a whole lot is going on, so I'm not going to have him on the air, but I'm going to tell you what he's talked about. The water clarity and the watercolor is still real tough. I'm going to show you why it's tough down there in Carabel. Right here, you have the Carabel River coming down, and you have what's called a new river. Now, both of these rivers right in here are flowing from the Tate's Hell area. So all that rain they've gotten, all the rain they're getting is actually coming on down in here. And then he said it's actually getting on bad pretty well. He said he's had to go like 20-something miles out into the to Gulf to find some good, what we call green water. So you can see what's going on. It's, we a lot of times forget about the drainage system, and that's such a huge wooded area and forest up there in that Tate's Hell area in the Apalachicola National Forest, and it's got to drain somewhere, so it gets on out. But they're already gearing up for a really good late September and that first couple of weeks of October, on into October. They're gearing up because they know they're going to have a lot of good fishermen coming down there, and there's going to be some big fish caught in Carabel. Okay, let's move on down to our Apalachicola Bay area. I'm going to sort of shrink it up some right here. Now, I talked to Captain Blair Morgan. Now, he mentioned the triple tail and tarpon have gone ahead and moved on out of here, out of that area right there. But he said the big news down there in that area is the cobia. This week now, the cobia have shown up, and a couple of different fishermen have caught some nice cobia right offshore. And this is some really good information here because it's a little bit early for that fall run of cobia, but cobia always hanging around. A lot of times just hanging around wrecks and structure and all, but these guys, in fact, one boat got 3 nice cobia. So that's some good news right there. I also mentioned the large school of mullet right around Lighthouse Point. A lot of mullet fishing, a lot of locals are going out now and getting their first really good catches of mullet. And fall season, they're starting to roll up a little bit, and fall season is right around the corner. We're about to wrap up late summer. I also talked to another fisherman up here. 2 Panama City fishermen went down this past Monday. That Monday was their day off, and went down to St. Joe Bay, and they really had a really good morning and midday catching of speckled trout. Some really nice speckled trout we caught Monday. So, the areas they fishing in around, okay, I'm going to sort of zoom in on here around Black's Island. Monday was not a lot of scallopers out on Monday, so they were able to get up here in the head of the bay and catch some really nice speckled trout south of Black's Island in this area. I'm going to show you this area right in here, okay? And then come along the shoreline here. But they're good fishing for speckled trout all through here. This is some of the top fishing in the state of Florida, folks. I'm telling you, for speckled trout fishing right in here. You got some good deep holes, some great grass flats up in here and over in this area right here. Also, the buoys, they also would over in Mexico Beach. Let's run over Mexico Beach, okay, right on up the road, working our way up here to Mexico Beach. Captain Mitch Colvin sent in a good report last night. You saw the picture earlier too. They're having really good luck on king mackerel, really good fishing on king mackerel. He mentioned also he jumped a sailfish. Now this is really good. He said he jumped a sailfish around about 4 miles off Mexico Beach. A nice sailfish right outside the Mexico Beach Canal. The water temperature is 86 degrees down there. And the big deal though is bait fish are beginning to show back up. I'm going to mention that later on, but right down in Mexico Beach, those bait fish are showing back up, and Mitch Coleman and those other captains down there are having a really good time on it. Now we're getting, let me jump back down to here to the St. Joe Bay. Just mention one more time about the scallops. I've heard, again, mixed reports. I personally haven't gone for the first time in, I guess, 40 years, haven't gone this late in the year because of scheduling and weather. But the reports I'm getting are mixed. Some folks not doing very good, and some folks say they're finding them in deep water. But the water clarity is still a little cloudy as you get deeper. So keep that in mind. Still got a couple of weekends left of scallop season, about 2 more weekends to be specific. So if you get a chance, give it a try. And let's move on up here to East Bay and the St. Andrew Bay system. The news on our system right up here. Again, it's been a fairly slow week, and because of the water clarity and all. But the big news again up here, just like in Mexico Beach, the bait fish are showing back up. Scott Lindsay gave me a good report. He talks to a lot of captains, and he talks to these guys who bait fish a lot for a living. And they're beginning to feel a little bit better about the bait fish. I personally have seen bait fish out from my house and I go to Beta Bridge every day, and I saw some. I'm always looking for bait fish, and I saw some Wednesday afternoon. Saw some nice bait fish before a storm came in. So there's not huge pods of them, but bait fish are starting to show up. Okay, so that's the good news. Once that happens now, let's move on up here. The flounder fishing is going to be good. I've heard some good reports right outside the pass. The flounder are biting really good, right outside the pass here. And again, the migration has started as far as flounder. In October is going to be a great time for flounder, but they're going to start migrating up in here. So redfish and flounder fishing will be excellent up in here. I did get some reports from West Bay. Again, seems like I show this every week about West Bay, but we have some good redfish catches right here off the point, West Bay Point here, and then over here, right across here, Moderation Bayou up in this area right in here. There's been some good red fishing in here. The tournament last weekend over in Destin, the tournament produced some, these guys caught the redfish right in this part of West Bay. And also, there was some good tournament fishing over there in East Bay. So those guys, some of those guys ran from Destin to East Bay to catch some of those fish. But people placed in the top 5, 6, and 7. Some of those guys, second place was Mobile Bay, but then the other places were West Bay and Choctawhatchee Bay. All right, now going down to Choctawhatchee. Choctawhatchee Bay's been good. I'm going to run out of time, but Choctawhatchee, you just saw the video of Captain Troy Forbes, so you know what to expect there. And it is going to be, it's just going to be a great weekend to get out. The weather's going to be nice. The tides are, we've got some strong tides and everything's looking good. So, get outdoors and do something fun and outdoors, freshwater, saltwater, whatever. But just get out there and do it. And you do something good for somebody today. You have a great weekend, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.